Good morning, you guys. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Len, how are you? Ulrika, good morning. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching. If you're watching the replay, hello, and thank you for spending some time this morning or this afternoon or this evening. I can't say this morning if you're watching the replay because you're watching the replay. So you could be watching this in the middle of the night for all I know. I don't know. But hello and welcome and thank you for watching. If you're watching the replay, thank you for spending some time together here. If you're watching live with me this morning on Friday, April the 3rd, good morning to you because you're watching live. Mr. Unger, how's it going? Hey, I like to pull these into the thing here. Oh, I got a little reminder to update this. There we go. Hey, Kevin. Hope that you guys are doing well. I hope that your week is going well, that you are hopefully making some nice changes in your business, that you're spending some of this downtime here to work on your business and to implement some new strategies. Yesterday's topic was a pretty chunky one. Not yesterday, 2 days ago. I lied. 2 days ago. Well, yeah, I mean every one of these are great, but 2 days ago was a pretty chunky episode, the recurring revenue one. Really enjoyed that one. I hope you guys have been enjoying these. Have been enjoying these videos. That these are useful for you. That you're taking action on these things. There's a lot to go through here. I acknowledge that. I understand that. But I'm hoping that with all the time that you perhaps have right now that you didn't have before because you're not out shooting, you're not out doing meetings, you're not out networking, you're pretty much stuck inside right now. So I'm hoping that because of that, you have a lot of extra time and you're spending that time well and not watching too much Netflix. Of course, we all want to watch a bit of Netflix, so you got to do a little bit of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, hopefully you're spending some good, useful time right now to work on your business and to work on these things. Um, hey, Arika. So over here it's 5 p.m. and I'm having pizza for dinner while watching. Oh, cool, Arika. Where are you located? 5 p.m. So are you in the UK somewhere? I'm assuming that you're in the UK somewhere. I think based on that. I feel like UK is like implanted in my brain in terms of the time zone because of all the Sprout Studio, the Google Calendar syncing stuff that we did. So I feel like I understand that time zone difference very easily, very quickly. Wayne, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. Billy, good morning. How are you? Thanks for joining. Thanks for hanging out. Hello. Okay, so today we're going to talk. It's a bit of a simpler topic, but one that can actually be pretty beneficial for you in your business, both in a number of ways. We're talking about family portrait plans. So there's a number of ways that offering a family portrait plan. Oh, you're in Sweden. Okay, awesome, Ulrika. So offering a family portrait plan for you in your business can be really, really useful. I've done this many times. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Good morning, or I guess good afternoon for you. 4 p.m. 4 p.m. end of your day. Um, Offering a family portrait plan in your business, I've done this a number of times over my career as a photographer. I've been shooting for 15 years now professionally, and there's been maybe I've probably done this 5 times. I sort of every few years, it sort of makes sense to reoffer it to clients from the past few years. And you basically offer the ability for your clients to basically pre-purchase portrait sessions with you. So, they join your family portrait plan and they basically prepay for 10 sessions ahead of time and they get some value, some discount for doing that ahead of time. But obviously the benefit as well to you is that you get the influx of cash flow in your business right away. And you also lock them in as a client for 10 years or for however many years it takes them to use 10 sessions. So it's a win-win. You get consistent business, you get consistent clients. Of course, for each one of those sessions, if you're doing in-person sales, if you're doing anything to do with selling prints and products and albums and books, then you can get some additional sales whenever you have those sessions. So you're basically locking the sessions in, but you're also getting the cash flow up front. And that's, I think, the benefit, especially right now during these times. You get to have this opportunity right now to have potentially a fair size influx of cash if you do this well. When I've done this in the past, it's not that difficult to get 10 clients on board with a family portrait plan. And depending on how you price it and how you pitch it, and there's a lot, I'm going to actually share with you an email template that you can use to send out to your clients right now. I've written that for you guys. And so if you do it, and let's say that the price is $1,000 or $1,500 for this family portrait plan, if you get 10 people on board with that, that's potentially $10,000 or $15,000 of cash that you can add to your business right now in a time when cash is low. So that's sort of why I think it's such a great opportunity, and why I'm really kind of excited for you guys to explore this as a revenue stream, because it's going to keep you busy. It's going to guarantee those clients for life, but it's also going to help you on the cash flow side right now. So the overall structure of a family portrait plan, and you can do different versions of this. I've seen this adapted for newborn photographers, where you offer a similar thing, but instead of it being 10 sessions, maybe you offer 3 sessions. You offer like a 1-year program, which is, the newborn session, the 3-month session, and a 6-month session, or a 3-month, a 9-month, and a 1-year session. You could do it in different ways, or if you're booking maternity clients, you do maternity, newborn, 6-month, 1 year. So there's 4 sessions, and you can kind of package that together as a plan. And then from there, you can say, hey, I'd love to continue to do this with you. So let's go ahead and turn this into the family portrait plan. So there's all different ways that you can adapt this depending on the business that you're in. I've actually offered this. I've only done this a few times, but it's worth mentioning anyways. As a wedding photographer, I've offered this to couples for their engagement session. So if they want to do a 4 seasons engagement session, so do an engagement session each season, they can basically add that onto their wedding package. So it's not exactly a family portrait plan, but it's the same concept where they're basically pre-purchasing these things and they're getting them up front. So again, you get the consistent sessions, you get sales from each session when you do the sessions themselves, but you also get the money up front for it. So again, cash flow right now, that's a great way to look at this. So I'm going to actually, I think, switch over to the email template because I want to walk you through it. And then I want to, if you're a Sprout Studio user, I've added this as an email template already into Sprout Studio, so you can get that. Otherwise, we will include this in the email that comes out this afternoon. So if you want to copy and paste it and adapt it for your own in your own words, your own numbers, your own pricing, you're welcome to. That way, it's there for you, and you don't have to do too much work to think about this. You can just kind of offer it to your clients and see how it goes. So I'm going to switch over to my computer screen. There we are. And I'm going to walk you guys through it. And now, as you have questions, feel free to ask questions. If you have ways that maybe you think you can make this better, I am absolutely open to input and to feedback. Just kind of want to, again, give you guys as many ideas as I possibly can to help you increase some revenue here. So let's walk through this. The idea, okay, so the first part here is basically the greeting, right? So this is you making that connection so that it's not just like an email newsletter. It's more supposed to be, specific to each of your clients. So this is where, hey, like I loved photographing you and your family. I hope that you're enjoying the images that we made together in your home. Bonus points if you even want to add one of their images right here. Like, this was one of my favorites, and I remember when Johnny was so, like, the idea here is that you want to create that connection and you want to remind them what the experience was like for them. You want to remind them how amazing that was for them. You want to remind them what a great job you did for them and the moments that you captured and how meaningful these photographs are. The whole point of that beginning there is just to reiterate the value that you bring to them as a photographer and the value that they get out of the photographs that you make for them. So that's what this sort of intro is for. This is a fairly generic one. You're welcome to tweak that based on your own brand. I definitely recommend it. And again, bonus points, if you're sending this out one by one to your clients, throw one of their images in here and just be like, I remember this picture. I love this one, yada, yada. And just that way they're, again, seeing the pictures. They're reminded of what it was like. And it's just bringing that back to the forefront, because you might reach out to some of your clients that you haven't photographed for a year or for 2 years. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. I got a question here coming in. So Ulrika is asking, do you ever feel like the client is going to hesitate to book 10 years ahead, worrying if something happens to the family or to your business? Really good question, Ulrika. I'm going to get into the specifics of how you can pitch it here in just a minute on the email template. But basically, the idea is that it doesn't have to be for 10 years. I've had clients that'll use multiple sessions per year. So they may have me come and photograph one of the kids' communions and then something else later on in the year. Or they want to photograph them going out strawberry picking, and then later on in the year, we want to do fall portraits. So it doesn't have to be for 10 years. But the idea is that they're locking you in for 10 years. I mean, at this point, if you're going to pitch them, they're going to have a family for the next 10 years. So like, it's not like you're offering them something that is not realistic for them in 10 years from now. And I think the key here is in suggesting, and you'll see in the email template when I pull it back up, suggesting and hinting and giving them ideas as to how they might use these sessions. That will sort of lessen the concern that they may have of like, I don't know if I'll use 10 sessions. Because you can even suggest things like, hey, when was the last time that you had your parents photographed? Like the grandparents. Or when was the last time that you had the grandparents photographed with the kids? Or do you have pets? Would you want to have them to have their own session? A lot of the times our clients may not think of those things as one-off portrait sessions because they look at it as this big decision, this big commitment. But if you're pre-packaging these sessions for them and they're getting 10 of them, it feels easier for them because they already have it and now they're kind of using up credits versus having to make a purchasing decision every single time. Does that make sense? So let me know what you guys think as I go through this. So again, the beginning here is I loved photographing you and your family. I hope that you're enjoying the images we made together. I'm going to see if can I zoom this in? I don't know if I can. No, I can't. That's okay. Can you guys see that okay? I don't know if I can. Oh, I can zoom it in. Check it out. There we go. I don't know if I can. There. Oh, cool. I can zoom it in. That's way easier. Okay, sorry guys. I'm just trying to zoom this in so you can read this a little bit easier if you're watching this on your phone. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can read that? Yes. Okay, good. There we go. Technology. Gotta love it, huh? Okay, so I love, again, this, I talked about that. So this next part here is basically, this is you saying, why now? Like, why are you approaching them now about this thing? You can adapt this if you want, specific to the current crisis that's happening. I don't know if you necessarily have to or are going to want to. I like this as an overall, reason why. I've been thinking about how I can continue to work with some of my favorite clients, and then in bracket, that's you, while making it affordable for them to keep coming back for portraits. So again, you're starting to set the expectation that this is a benefit to them, and that's really, really important that that they see initially there is a benefit to them in this, and that is that it's affordable for them to keep coming back for portraits. So then I go on here to say, you see, it's great to have family portraits done every 3 to 5 years, but there are so many meaningful moments that happen in your life between those formal portraits. And now this is where you get into the examples, and feel free to go in as long as you want with this stuff. For example, your kids growing up, communions, birthday parties, pets, multi-generational family portraits, and so on. That's where you can start to give examples of other ways that they might be able to eventually use 10 sessions. The whole idea here, you haven't mentioned the fact that this is a family portrait plan yet, but you're basically trying to give them hints of saying like, hey, like, wouldn't you want these things done too? That's the whole idea behind this paragraph is, these are some things that you're probably going to want to have done. You want them saying yes. You want them shaking their head. You want them thinking, gosh, yeah, I'd love to get photographs of my dogs. I'd love to get photographs of my parents with my kids. I'd love to get portraits of communions. I'd love to, you want them to start thinking like, oh, that would be amazing. I've seen this done really well where you beef this part up and even give examples where you say like, yeah, our kids, they're going through communions. Like, this is what I did for this recent session. And I just love, this is so much nicer than just the snapshot that you might get at the communion. So, I mean, you could give examples of it to get, like, the more that you beef this part up, the more likely they are to want these kinds of sessions. So if you can give them examples, if you can give them more details, it's going to be better for them. So again, you can go here. Sure, your kids will get pictures done at school and for their sports teams, but how much do they say about them? I want to give you the opportunity to have affordable professional portraits regularly to document these moments. So again, you're saying, like, yeah, I know you're going to get these like super cheesy school pictures, but are those really that meaningful for you? I mean, do you really love those pictures? Let's do what we did together, because again, you're reminding them again of the great work that you guys did together, and I want it to be affordable for you guys. So this is now where you kind of unveil the whole idea. That's why I've come up with a great family portrait plan. I'm offering it only to a few of my favorite portrait clients, yourself included. So again, you kind of get that little bit of exclusivity built into that. And now you say, okay, here are the details. And now this is where you can tweak this based on how you want to pitch it, or the sort of what the package you want to offer is. You will receive 10 portrait sessions, which you can use over the next 10 years. From each session, you will get a complimentary 8x10 print. You'll also enjoy 20% off any prints or products that you order from each session. So there's an ongoing benefit to them having done this. Not only are they getting a discount up front that they'll see in a minute, but they also get 20% off anything they buy in the future. So there's a nice incentive for them here. If you were to pay for each session, you can't see that. There we go. If you were to pay for each session as you booked them, it would cost you over $3,500. Guys, what we're doing here is we're price anchoring. So we're saying the normal price of this is $3,500. So now in their head, that's the value of it. You've now anchored the price. You say, but I'd like to offer this to you now for $1,275. So not only are you saving, again, you're reiterating, are you saving over $2,000, but you'll also save 20% on your prints and products every year from every session. So there's a ton of psychology that I've built into this part. You're reiterating, you're doing the whole like bonus thing in terms of like, I mean, realistically, if they saved just the $2,000, that's probably reason enough. But if you watch sales psychology and understand sales psychology, that's now where you get to layer on. You get to stack the discounts. You get to stack the deals. You get to make it even more incentivized for them. So you're doing that by saying, but you also get the 20% off on all the prints. Let's scroll this down here. So then basically you say, okay, great. There's the pitch. I'd love to chat with you about this and talk on the phone to see if it would be a good fit for you guys. As I mentioned, I loved photographing you and your family, and I'd be honored to continue to be a part of your family and to help you document your memories. What do you think? So that's how you could pitch it. That is a very, very simple pitch that you could send. Again, you can tweak this all you want. We will include this in let me go back to my face. There we go. We're going to include that in the email that comes out this afternoon. So if you're already on this first aid email, then you will get a copy of that. If you are in Sprout Studio, so actually let me quickly pop this open here. Hang tight. There we go. Okay, so I need to zoom that out. How much do I have to zoom out here? Apparently I zoomed out a lot. Where are we? Sorry if you can hear my kids. Work from home. Okay, so I'm here in Sprout Studio. And again, this is not a pitch for Sprout Studio. I'm just saying that if you're a Sprout Studio user, you can get this by copying it into your account. So if you go into settings, communications, and then add from template library. By the way, I don't know if you knew about this or not, if you are a Sprout Studio user, but we have so many examples of things that you can just copy in here. Email templates, contract templates, pretty much anything and everything that you might want. You can literally take these emails that we've pre-written and just copy them into your account. So they're all free, included with Sprout Studio. But if you come in here, if you search for Family Portrait Plan, there it is right there, and there is basically that pitch. You just click Select Template, and you click Add, and it adds it into your Sprout Studio account, and you can use that in Sprout Studio. So if you're a Sprout Studio user, there it is. If not, that's fine, no pressure. Excuse me, but we will we're going to include that in the email that comes out this afternoon. So if you are, where are we? If right here, if you're not on the email list for this program, the first aid program, come to this link, put your name, put your email address in there, and we will email you that script that I just walked you through, so you can copy and paste it and send it to all your clients. Yeah, so Sarah, there we go. I love this. I would buy this. Somebody pitch Sarah on this, because Sarah's going to buy it. You got your first customer right there. Sarah, where are you located? Go find a photographer close to you and tell them to pitch you. But like when you present it that way, it makes a lot of sense, right? And that's the idea, is that when you pitch this to your clients, you want it to make a lot of sense for them. You want it to make a lot of sense. Obviously for you, this is going to be good for you in many, many ways. But you want this to be something that makes a lot of sense for your clients to pitch on. Or to buy, sorry, when you pitch it, you want it to make sense for them to make that decision. And if you pitch it the right way, if you use that template that I've made for you and you adapt it for your own voice, your own brand, your own style, your own approach, it really should be a no-brainer for your clients. So there you go. There's today's tip, today's lesson. Very quick, very easy, very simple for you to do. And again, you can adapt it if you're a newborn photographer, adapt it for baby's first year. If you're a wedding photographer, adapt it for a 4 seasons engagement session. There's so many different ways that you can take this and adapt it. But the idea is that the basic idea is that your client pays upfront for a number of sessions, and by doing so, they get a discount. They get an ongoing discount, but you get the money up front. So right now, in these difficult times when money might be difficult, when cash flow might be delayed or might be deferred, it makes a lot of sense to hop in and do something like this, because it's a great way to get an influx of cash right now. And like I said, when I've done this in the past, it's not uncommon to have an influx of $10,000, $15,000 just like that. And then it keeps you busy for the next 10 years. Like, you've got now ongoing clients that are just in this program, and it keeps you busy. Which in and of itself is a great benefit, because you keep doing these sessions, you have more content for social, you have more content for your portfolio, you get to keep busy with work, you don't have to keep going out every single time and working hard for these clients. You're still going to do that, but you've got them. They're booked in, they're family portrait clients now, and so you have that. And then every time you do a session, you're going to make sales from it, because you're going to sell prints, you're going to sell books or an album or digitals or whatever it is that you sell in your business. You're going to do that for every single time these clients come back. And then you also start to condition them to understand what that process is like for you. So there's less barriers, it becomes less friction, and becomes easier for you to continue to make money off of this. So it's a great program. It's a great opportunity. And right now, I think it is a perfect time to offer something like this, because it's a good time for them, because they're going to save some money. They get to do these things on an ongoing basis. It's a good time for you because you get the influx of cash flow. So there you go. There's today's idea, the family portrait plan. I hope that that it works out for you, and I'd love to hear from you if you do this and if you get your clients doing it. Let me know how it goes. Let the community know how it goes. Would love to hear some feedback from you guys on some of the results that you're seeing from some of these programs. So if you have any other thoughts or questions or anything, I'm happy to answer them. Otherwise, sign up for this. Where are we? Over here. Sign up for that if you're not already in it. If you are in it, then you're good to go. And this afternoon, when the email goes out with the replay link for this video, you will get that script. So you can just copy and paste it, and you're good to go. If you're a Sprout Studio user, you can already go and copy it into your account. No problem. It's already all there for you. So there you go, guys. Have a great weekend today. I know today, if you're watching this live, today is Friday. Have a great weekend. I will not be broadcasting Saturday, Sunday, tomorrow, and Sunday, but I will be back live on Monday. So hope that you have a great weekend. I hope that you continue to stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay mentally in a good place, in a positive place. And I hope that these ideas, these videos, and this marketing challenge is giving you some things to do to stay busy and to keep sort of those gears moving, and to keep everything in the right direction. Keep things moving in the right direction. So anyways, have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today and every day if you've been watching these. And we'll talk to you guys on Monday, okay? Bye.